Blessings and greetings to all my listeners and viewers on Fit FM 96.7, Facebook, YouTube, the Primal 4K app. I want to welcome you all to Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale. And boy, the Shrub is not here with me today, but I think Froggy should be filling in for the Shrub. The Shrub is busy. I think probably doing one or two steps down there on the North Coast, but he might join us a little bit later to give us an update as to what's happening down there in Ochi, entertainment-wise. It's still sports, but yeah, as usual, I have a lineup for you. We have some NBA news, athletics, cricket, table tennis, and as usual, football. Yeah, but we're going to start and kick off today's show with local table tennis. We had an event last weekend, which was the JTTA rated tournament, which was held at Taylor Hall on the UA campus. And we have some interesting results here. We see young G. Marcus Smith winning the B category, defeating Sean Wallace in the finals to capture his first rated tournament. And in Division 3, we see Simon Lee beating young Ajani Spencer in the finals. And G. Marcus Smith is an upcoming youngster, a KC student. I think he might be just the one to make the first breakthrough as a 15-year-old to probably win the nationals this year. Well, a lot of people is touting him that he is one of the young favorites to take home the senior national champ title this year. And let me tell you, the championship will be held September the 4th to the 7th at the National Arena. So people come out and watch. It should be a spectacle. I don't know if the Primal Boss will be playing this year. I hope he'll be in the lineup because we want all the guns out, all the old and the young competing. But G. Marcus Smith has been an outstanding youngster over the past 2 years. As you know, he captured the bronze medal in the singles Caribbean Championship, which was held a couple months ago in Barbados. He carried the team to a silver medal in the team event section. So he has a bright future, and I can see that he's improving daily. With his victory over Sean Wallace is maybe a top 20 senior player in the country. And to see a youngster like G. Marcus Smith at 15 years old start beating the senior players, which is something that I hear Peter and Steven and all these guys been talking about for the past 20 years. How comes the youngsters not beating the senior players? But now we have a youngster by the name of G. Marcus Smith. Also, I don't want to leave out Ajani Spencer. He's 14. He came second in the Division 3, but he's also a good one as well. So these two youngsters have a bright future in the game. So you guys should come out and watch and support. And also we have some updates. Joel Lamb and Aziz Johnson, they participated in a tournament. I think that was last week, Thursday, the Broward Open in Florida. And Joel Lamb came third. In the under-18 event. Aziz Johnson finished third. Well, can I tell me that he retired injured in the 2200 rated event. But all in all, and these guys are still juniors, playing well as well. But I think the favorite out of all of these youngsters for the upcoming national championship is definitely G. Marcus Smith. A young, exciting player. He's a crowd favorite as well, a little bit feisty on the table as well. But he's the one that I think everybody should be really looking out for come this year nationals. We're talking table tennis, young Froggy.
People. Sorry for my tardiness, as a dad. August is right on the brink of back to school, so we have to just get things out of the way from early.
Yeah.
Table tennis.
Yeah, local table tennis. We're talking about the youngster from Kingston College, young 15-year-old G. Marcus Smith, young rising star, not just amongst his peers, but amongst the entire country, the senior level. I saw him play against our own Shrub here a couple months ago, and the game went 3-2. So he's a youngster that is breaking through. He won the Division 2 tournament last weekend. beating Sean Wallace, who I mentioned before was one of our top senior players within the country. So, G. Marcus Smith, and I don't want to sound like I'm biased because I'm also a KC man, but I have to speak the truth when you see it,
Sometimes you have to be biased in life.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Sometimes, but good Prodigy, I've seen him in action a couple of times. I think at one point he was wavering whether to stay in table tennis or go, and he had made up his mind now and said this is what he wants to do. Which is good as a youngster at 15. We have a lot of other sporting talents out there who they can't seem to make up their minds, and the ones at the start will hit them by age 17. Out.
Yeah.
They don't know, but good Prodigy. I hope to see him many more.
Yeah.
From him. And as I say, is he the next in line to take over from the Schwab?
We have a couple. We don't want to leave out Azizi, the ones that are slightly older than him. Azizi and we have Azizi Johnson, and who's also sponsored by Grace Kennedy. I must add that, thanks to Grace for helping out, being a part of table tennis. We have Joel Lamb, upcoming lefty. But all in all, when you watch the progress, G. Marcus Smith, I must admit, has made way more steps and more progress over the past 6 to 7 months since we all start back the national program, and it's going to be very competitive. But he's Azan's favorite out of all the youngsters right now. He's one of the favorites to make a big upset. This would have been Colin McNeish is the youngest national champion. At 15 years old. G. Marco is also 15. So I think Colin might be able to still hold that record. And Colin is his coach, by the way, I must add.
You won't see that record being broken for a while.
Yes.
Unless you have some extraordinary talent.
No, this kid is extraordinary as well,
You have Schwab.
Okay.
And he doesn't go down so easily.
Yeah, we know the Schwab will be there. Always there. Kane has been to about maybe 9 consecutive finals. He has never lost outside of the finals for the past, about 10, 15 years now, since 2011 to 2025. Once he participates in the nationals,
he's at the final.
He's in the finals. Win or lose, he's in the finals.
In the finals, and everybody come meet him.
Oh boy, I think Peter might have something to say about that.
Peter has lost before we reach the final.
Yes.
The kid has that record. The kid has that record. I've never not meeting going to the finals once he participated.
In terms of years, it would have been about 14 years worth of playing, or 13 years worth of playing the nationals without.
Outside of him not
yes. So it's an impeccable record. I wonder
if he knows that. He knows that?
Probably not. I'm just digging up the stats now, but yes. Yeah, but all in all, G. Marcus Smith, Azizi Johnson, Joel Lamb, a few youngsters that I think the people should look out for come September the 4th to the 7th, the National Senior and Junior Championships. And when I talk about these youngsters, I'm talking about them competing again in the age category, talking about the big event, the main event, which is the men's title. And as usual, we don't want to leave out the girls. We have Senny Lewis, Gianna Lewis. We have Kiara White. We have Kira Scott. Some promising youngsters as well. But the pool for the females need to expand. And I think the president being the president of the female commission this side of the world in the Pan Am region, she is looking to expand female participation, not only in Jamaica, but within the entire Pan Am region. So I think they have some things in the pipeline to come in that regards to try to get more females participating. What do you think is a problem in terms of generally is money, or you think that the females tend to look at things a little bit different as they get older?
Not really, because I've been around you guys and I've been around it table tennis fraternity itself. And I see a lot of interested females, a lot of females playing. It's a case where do they see it as a necessity to continue it for their future? Is it viable for them.
Yeah.
And women, some,
yeah,
if they're not seeing some level of progression in terms of monetary progression, they're going to step away. Men, on the other hand, we just naturally are competitive and love sports.
Okay.
So regardless of the dynamics of it, regardless of it not being profitable, we will take part. Women will not.
Because of the ego, right?
Yeah.
The ego. Even if it's like a cargo thing, you still don't want to lose it. Yeah.
Which game I have the bug chase match.
Yeah.
The most competitive games. Some women will not go down that line because they are looking at, as I said, looking at life on
A different. Yeah.
But if you can increase women participation, if you can increase the purse, then you will see more and increase the excitement. Women like to be excited. And if it's not exciting enough for them,
Okay, well.
So that's how I look at it today.
Yes,
yes.
Yes. Well, I can agree that if they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel in terms of
recreational.
Yes, and
do it because one of my best table tennis female players was Yvonne Foster.
Yeah.
And when she stepped away, I was like, how can this?
Yvonne won the national something like 7 years straight, no competition.
Talented.
Yes, agreed.
And she just stepped away.
She could play volleyball. She could play football. I saw her playing football when she was young, so she was really one of the special ones.
One of the most talented females
Yeah.
I've ever seen in the tennis sport. And
yeah.
for her to just walk away from the sport, I was like, what happened?
Yeah. You know, I like how you bring up Yvonne, and a lot of people talk about Sophia Vergara and all the greats from back in the days, and I thought Yvonne hands down is number one in terms of raw potential to really make it. You know, I saw a little of Vergara, but I don't think Vergara was Vergara was good. But potentially, I think Yvonne is our number one prospect. Who could have been one of the girls to actually break through on the international scene, to represent.
Plus, you have to look at the motivation factor. Who is there to motivate them? People have to be motivated.
Yeah.
And if they're not being motivated to continue doing what they're doing, they're just going to step away.
Yes, it's going to be a difficult thing because, table tennis, not just locally, but globally as well. It has its challenges in terms of money and payout and all of that. So it's going to be challenging to really get the numbers up in terms of the female participation, but we do need them. We do need females to play the sport. Anyway, no, we got to move on. That's it for table tennis. Now we have to move on to the hot topic, which is athletics. We just saw the trials, the US trials to be exact. We always have to talk about the US because it's the US and Jamaica.
Main competitors.
Yes, the main competitors. So we have to be eyeballing them. We have to watch what's going on.
And to say the least, it was so far. It's been a very interesting trials for the United States.
Yes, so there was 100
meters
finals
for men and women. Trust me, it was exciting from the heats to the semis down to the finals
and even the airport as well.
The police station as well.
Yes.
But when I look at it, the men's side, the Kung Fu Kenny, undoubtedly would have. We saw that coming.
But Kung Fu is a man in form, though.
Yeah. So I saw that one coming.
Yeah.
979 personal best. Courtney Lindsay.
Hold on, let's put it in context. It's a personal best with a hurricane. What's the reading? 1.1. It's almost illegal, right?
Illegal is over 2.
Barely legal. Sorry, that's what I meant. Barely legal.
Well, that's barely legal.
0.2.
Once it's legal, it's legal.
Okay.
The time is legal.
And you can feel the speed, so maybe we can duplicate that.
It didn't really have any real challenge, so to speak, because the likes of Noah wasn't there.
Yeah.
Christian Coleman was the next big name to him in that race, but where Courtney Lindsay came up, Tamaris McCallum came up as well. Coleman had to settle for what?
So I think, but all right. So Coleman will be out because it's only top 3.
Top 3 automatic.
And Noah is world.
That is 4th. So Coleman is basically really pool unless he can prove his fitness. And I guess the US, well, the US is more strict compared to Jamaica, but Coleman is out.
He'll be there. He'll be there to run the rounds. He'll be there to run the rounds, of course. So what do you think about Kung Fu Kenny? Been running fast from the get go.
From January.
From January, you think this is
his year?
You think him peak already, or you think that he's that talented to the point that him just started to get himself going in terms of him can drop him time even much lower than this, or you think he's peaking too early?
I don't think he has peaked as yet.
Or so you think he has that talent, that potential? Yeah, because we've seen American runners run fast early season, and when it come down to World Championship, late August, early September, they don't run nowhere close to the times that they were running in early.
I don't think any athlete so far has peaked. I think we still have a lot of weight carrying around.
So Kung Fu, it sounds like you're bringing Kung Fu to win this.
No, it's too close to tell.
And so, it says between Kung Fu Kenny. Obviously, between Kung Fu and Kishin.
The team, the entire pool.
It's too close?
The entire pool for the 100 meter for men, and I've been saying this for quite some time, and I've been getting a bashing for it.
Yeah.
It's too close.
All right, Noah, you put Noah in the pool.
Noah is in the mix. Kishin is in the mix. Kung Fu is in the mix. Oblique is in the mix. So that's 4.
You put in Oblique in this mix?
Yeah, man, I put in Oblique in the
mix.
Oh,
wow. That is strange.
When you look at the times, the times are ranging from, because I said it during the week, a little ago. I think something, I can't put Oblique up there with these guys. Oblique for me, I don't want to say asaphalitis. I don't want to say, because I have something to talk about Asaph in a positive way later in the show as well, but I don't want to say him we'll probably diagnose him with some asaphalitis, because every time there's always something wrong. Every single time. Even when him run a good race, at the end of the race, him limping, something always go wrong. So I can't put him in the mix in terms of I can put my house on him. I can bet on him. I can't bet on Oblique. He might have to prove himself. So I don't see him in the mix. I see those 3 though. What about Tobago? He's also in the mix.
Yeah.
So when I look at the field, so far.
40 runners in the mix.
4, 5.
No.
Me?
Him have 5. Him have 5 in the mix.
5 in the mix. It was always big because the times range from 975 to 985. And we see it now in the trials, in the US trials, when it comes to the 100 meter. The winning time was 979, and Coleman came 4th with 986.
Yeah.
Which is roundabout where I said that's where they've been running. And when I look at the race itself, they're almost a blanket finish.
Yeah.
And if you put Kishin and you put Oblique and you put Noah, they're right in that region. Same so the field itself, it's too close to tell.
All right, I have Kishin, Kung Fu, Kenny, and Noah. If Fred Curley was around, I'd put Fred. Fred could be the man who put pressure on people in the race. So right now, I think Kishin is hands-on favorite to win it all this time around.
I say it's too close to tell.
Kung Fu Kenny, I think he's gonna fade.
Like I said, everybody they're still there.
I have Noah nipping Kenny at the line in the finals, come second, and Kishin running away with the championship.
Let's hope.
No.
I am hoping.
And Oblique, as usual, run a good semi-final and come to the finals and have some. No, I wouldn't say him choke, but him gonna have some form of issue. I remember him coach coming on last year after
saying that he's fine, he's ready.
Mentally fine when they're talking about having a sports psychologist, and it's like it was like a disrespectful question the way Glenn Mills reacted to the question by the analyst.
But even at the national trials at stadium, Oblique had a meltdown, said he felt something, and I think it was.
That's a meltdown. I just feel something. What do you call meltdown?
He felt something and had a meltdown.
Meltdown is like 2003 World Championship finals, or 2004 Olympics when Asafa was sweating before the race, sweating uncontrollable before the race. That's what you call me.
No, yeah,
that's what you call a meltdown.
He felt something.
But that's not a meltdown. That's just an injury.
And started to cry and all these excitement and massage therapists have to come on the field and give him a massage. and I'm like, what is going on here?
So that's my point. I think oblique have just too many. I think it's psychological. Some of it. I think most of it. I think is psychological. You know. So I
still put him in the mix. I still have him in the mix. Well, so you're looking at 5 to 6.
You start to remind me of my good friend Christopher Marsh. You know, Christopher Marsh up to this day still think a Safa can beat Bolt.
On the day.
Yeah, on the day. But him they kind of give up in the last part still. So I give it. I will let him off the hook with that one. All right, let's move on to the 100. The females, which is Jefferson running a blister in 10.65 and with 0 win. Yes.
Julian Alfred is there.
I think is that
2 hours race.
Yes, that's what I'm about to say.
It's a 2 hours race, this one. Alfred and Jefferson, they look a cut above
everybody else.
I don't know where our girls will stand in this, but
tell me a little about Sharika. Anybody hear anything about Sharika? What's that, Sharika?
Sharika is just still training. Fano will find a way.
Find a way to get her in the medal.
But I don't think she will. I think she's more focused on the 200 more than the 100.
Okay.
And a lot of persons don't realize the 200 is a very injury-prone event. You know?
The 200?
The 100, sorry.
The 100 meter, yeah, because it's a more explosive race. Exactly, so, you know.
It's much lighter.
Yeah.
You don't have to come out the blocks that quick.
Yeah.
The hardest part of the race is run on the curve. And once you come off the curve, you basically a slingshot going down. The 100 meter, you have to be explosive out the blocks.
Yeah.
You have to can push the blocks out.
There's more pressure on your body. More pressure.
And that's why I think she's leaning towards just doing the 200 more focused on the 200 rather than the 100.
What a disappointment, man. We probably can't even get a bronze medal in the female 100 meter. That's such a disappointment.
Yeah.
Peter, we don't really, even though I said bronze, even bronze is not really what I'm looking for. I want that hope. I want the hope. I want to have the hope before the race that we can win.
We will struggle to get a medal.
But we're going to struggle to get a medal, and it's a little bit disappointing for me.
We're looking at Melissa at 10.65, Kayla White at 10.84, Aliyah Hobbs at 10.92.
Jefferson at 10.65.
And we still have a Julian Alfred. We don't know what Shakari will bring to the table.
Yeah.
Because she's the world champion. So she's in the mix as well. So I think we'll struggle.
Yeah, that's exactly based on what I'm looking at now and the results over the past couple of weeks. I think, and moving from a couple of years ago when we were discussing Elaine to break the world record from Flojo to the point where we don't have nobody that's going to medal for us this time around.
That's how track and field is, you know. It's a sport that is.
Yeah, because rightfully so, we were looking at Sharika Jackson to destroy to break the 200 record. Now, I think that record will remain for quite some time.
I will ask myself is, what if Melissa had that Kung Fu Kenny win, that 1.8 in her back?
Okay.
What if it's 0 wind? 10.65 at 0 wind.
Yeah. Yep.
With no pressure. No Julian Alfred beside her to push her.
All right.
And she has not peaked as yet, because remember how they do it. You peak for the championships, you come back, you taper yourself down to come back for the championships again. You peak for the nationals. Semi-peak for the nationals. Load up, peak for championships. They still have a little load on them. A lot of that is still loading. They're looking to offload now. And who did tell what will happen? I saw Noah in the stands watching the men's race, and he's like, okay. So he knows where he's at. He knows what he needs to do.
You made mention of Shakari. Will Shakari actually compete in the 100-meter after this whole?
Yeah, man, she will be at the World Champs because she's a champion. So she didn't really need to run.
I thought she'd have to kind of prove some form of fitness. Well, she proved that she was fit. She ran a couple.
No one just had to run one race just to feel himself, and she'll be competing in the 200 at the trials.
The issue with she and Christian Coleman at the airport, where that's what really prevented her from participating. She was actually down to participate in the championship, and they had some unfortunate incident, or whatever you want to call it.
She won the heats, and I don't know what took place after, but she ran the heats. And
so you think they're gonna?
She's out, you know.
She's on bail?
Yeah, man, she's out.
She's on bail.
Release her and she's back in training, and she'll be a part of the 200.
Okay. She's actually going to run the 200.
Somebody threw a note over the frog fence.
Okay.
She's still in.
Well, she definitely want to run the 2 because she's not the 200-meter champion, so she has to qualify. Okay, that's good.
Still there, man.
That's
Coleman
good.
is there as well, so.
What a distraction for Coleman. Maybe that's why he ran such a bad race.
I don't say what a distraction for Shakari.
Shakari didn't have to run.
She boxed.
Coleman had the fastest start. Was he out the blocks at first?
Yeah, and you just fade away after the end. But Coleman at his age and still running the way he's running.
Which is what age? How old is Coleman?
Yeah, tell me his age, because...
26, 27.
So you mean at his age? That's a young man.
Linford
Christian at 38, 39.
Winning a gold medal.
Yeah. So
against who?
Against the rest of the world. What are you talking about?
Winning a world champ. It was a world Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 38 years old. Carl Lewis ran his fastest times in his
Christian
30s.
Coleman is a young man.
He's 29.
Yeah,
young boy.
Athletics 29 is not a young age, you know.
Oh, come on.
Not in main sprints.
But it's in the beating up on Ilian, and Ilian is not that.
Ilian is injured. Ilian is injured.
Coleman was injured too. And he's still running amongst the highest top athletes right now. So what to do, guys?
Tyson Gay and these guys ran up into the 30s.
Yeah. For Coleman.
Carl Lewis, all of these great sprinters ran up until 30 odd. So what you're saying, 29 that's your peak. As a man, that's supposed to be a peak between the age 26 and 29, 30.
Shakari still can peak.
Huh?
Shakari.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's distracted now with that incident.
How you feel that's a distraction now?
It's a big distraction,
Peter. I don't know about that.
It's a big distraction.
People were at that time with the controversial boss himself.
Greetings, one and all. But let me just jump right into the Shakari controversy. American sprinter Shakari, 25 years old, was arrested last Sunday on a domestic violence offense. What's a domestic violence? At Washington Airport, the video shows that she and Coleman were about to take a flight. And they were having some kind of dispute. And Shakari, like a good African-American woman, rushed the man and pushed him. And the video shows Coleman flying several feet through the air. We know why I'm have such a fast start. And then she then did it 2 other occasions. And the police wanted Coleman to give a full account. And Mr. Coleman declined. Clearly, this is not the first time Shakari has lifted her hands on this man. Which is why I said to you, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. There's a song by Shelly Thunder. Sometime a man forget kuff. And Coleman clearly gets some kuff from Shakari. You know, I always knew that Shakari had a bit of a masculine element in her. You know? And yeah, it was quite interesting that one video camera shows Coleman actually flying several feet after being pushed by Shakari. Hopefully it won't affect, either of them athletic performance, because Coleman is out of the 100 now, and Shakari, only because she's a reigning champion of the world, is she still able to run the 100. But I wonder if you guys know that Shakari hasn't been under 11 seconds this season. Mm-hmm. Shakari have number 50 fastest time. She's not even top 10 fastest times, top 20, 50. So she's not been anywhere near I don't know how good the relationship has been for her with Mr. Coleman, but she certainly has been able to produce the kind of times. And seeing as we're talking about the kind of times, where is the ranking in terms of top 10 times now? Number 1, Kishian Thompson with a .8 wind, 9.75. Number 2, Kenny Bednarik, 9.79, not too far, but with a wind of 1.8. And third, Brian Lavelle, Jamaican, right? And joined third with another fellow called Courtney Lindsay, again with a 1.8 positive wind. And these Americans, I've noticed a trend in America where them tend to turn the track round if they need to get that positive tailwind. Have you noticed it? And that's why some of these American times are inflated. And behind that, I see Mr. Seville have the 5th fastest time, 9.83 with a 0.8 wind, followed by another person I don't know. But the showdown between US and Jamaica is taking shape, because a lot of us felt that with 3 good performers 2 weeks ago, Jamaica would be the pick of the crop. But the US times are looking quite competitive. And certainly, Kung Fu Kenny and with a team of Noah Lyles and the other complement will be competitive. So the relay, if both teams, US love drop button too, you know. If either of the 2 teams can get the button round the track, might be a good, interesting one to watch. No, there's no big UFC fight coming up for the next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, Shimaev is going to fight Duplessis, and then I will have that breakdown next week. But the next big fight in boxing is very interesting because it will feature Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. And that fight will be one to watch September 13th, Las Vegas. This fight going to be very interesting because these two are the pound for pound guys. Leaving out the Japanese guy, who I think is the real pound for pound, Inoue. I think that these two are competitors for the pound for pound. So this fight is going to be worth the thing. But my complaint about it is that this fight will be on Netflix. And I don't know if you guys remember, was it Mike Tyson that fought Jake Paul? Was it on Netflix? I don't know if you guys remember how bad the broadcast quality was. And I'm saying that, boy, I hope Netflix have the capability of handling this fight, because I already subscribed to Netflix, and I'm going to be really pissed if I can't get to see my fight come September 13th in Las Vegas. So I'm serving notice to Netflix from now. I'm talking about refund if I can't get to watch this fight. Other than that, there's a big controversy going on in Jamaica about school bus. And that don't have nothing to do with sports. But the one party, the PNP, is complaining that some school buses that came to be given away to the children are being used by the ruling party for transport of party supporters and all that. And so I came up with a little solution. I know the Minister of Transport listened to this program. I know the Minister of Sports hears about this program. And what I'm saying is that the best way to solve the school bus controversy is just simply make the buses available to the other party as well. I think that, because everybody is fighting that the bus shouldn't be given to one party or the other. But we see the bus them on the road. So why not just bus everybody and give the orange the buses to use, just like you give the green? I think each man must get a bus and be able to take their supporters to the thing, because we don't want that to be the difference between the two parties. But it's not fair. And I'm saying it in an unbiased sense, that one set of man is complaining that the buses that came for use to move high school children around are being used for things. And then another transport-related thing. Why the police stop so much BMW on the road, man? I have a friend whose name is Rowan Manning. We need to watch him on Instagram. But the man have a running blog now because he recently fixed up his Beamer of how much time the police stopped the man. And I'm not saying anything, but I have a personal interest as well. You can't move through Kingston a good mile without being stopped if you have one of these cars. I think that crime and violence is not restricted to one brand of vehicle, nor is traffic violation. I agree the car them fast. But the police, if you subtract the time that you spend being stopped by the police, you're really not moving fast, because you're losing a lot of time being stopped by the police. And I believe that if we're serious about controlling crime and violence, we need to stop all brands of vehicles, in particular Probox yeah. But for me, I'm calling out. Lord, the Beamer man, them man. Some people say sometimes the BMW stand for better my walk. Sometimes I feel the same way. Drive out of my gate and I just get stopped same time. No, man, we can do better than that. That's sports commentary.
Yes.
What say you?
Yeah, man, that is so true, Peter. It's the police, them at some corner. It's what them doing here. It's not even a spot where you look for nothing.
Yeah.
It's like a simple. I see the corner by New Kingston you're talking about.
The very corner.
It's a joke thing.
Yeah.
You know, like you pass East Japanese, come down.
Yes.
And so why at 12 o'clock in the night?
And they're stopping one model
Yeah.
car all the time.
If you don't-
Especially on East Kings House Road,
Yeah.
Barbican Road.
Yeah.
One set of cars stopped all the time.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous now.
Yeah, man.
It's ridiculous. You see all 4 or 5 police, one little spot.
Only
Then
stopping high-end cars.
Then up the road, little, it's an
Yeah,
next
yeah,
four, an
stop
next
it.
gathering. Yeah.
Remember, freedom of movement is part of our constitutional rights. It's part of your constitutional rights.
It's going down.
You should be free to go about your business
Yes.
uninterrupted in this lawful business in this country.
Yeah.
The police must have probable cause to stop it. Them can't just stop it.
No, remember that we're under state of emergency.
Is that state of emergency going on?
Well, it's always there. It's on the books.
We're in a permanent state of emergency. I don't even know that.
Some parishes,
What
yeah.
I find interesting is that even it's hours a night and they're on the road still walking.
Yeah.
Normally I don't see that. Normally after 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
I see police walking late in the night.
Yeah, man, they're there. They're there. It's a good thing still, but it's a good and it's a in a certain areas and yeah, man. Angle this one, man. Yeah, man. So we understand it's good and bad. It's good and bad. But when you see them at a certain spot, you directly know, say it's just your indicator. Them have to say if you don't turn on the indicator, you get a ticket.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Hey, let's know.
We're hearing you very well.
Can you hear me?
Very
Yeah,
well.
man, clear.
All right. I want to. Yes, good. I hear you clear too. I want to tackle certain man who just a few days ago was running up their mouth about 4x100 world record.
Yes, that would be Froggy.
I wonder what the frog has to say now that the U.S. trials has come and
It don't change. My stance don't change.
No, but you were adding up each runner's time. And
So you got add
so,
up them time here.
yeah, have you added up these times now?
These times are come close.
A great times, man. What are you talking about?
Oh man, not close.
That's some 9.8 times.
Pair 9/8, you know.
Yeah, 9 inch.
They're no great time, that, brother.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But we did it without. Yeah, but regardless of the fact, it remains the same. If the guys can carry the button around, I'm looking at.
You don't have, we don't have 498.
US have 498, man.
297, man.
Yeah.
And
So where's the
298.
world record?
So
We have a 97 man. Them have a 97 man.
yeah,
Cancel.
them have
Them have
297, man.
298.
No,
Yeah.
and Kung Fu Kelly.
I have Kishin at 9.6.
Jesus.
I have Kishin at 9.6 and I have Oblique at 9.7
Yeah.
and I have Level at 9.8.
Level not going to run the
Oh,
final.
Level must be a 9.
Level at 9.8.
Is Level even in the team?
And
Is
I
Level even in the relay team?
Level will be the
No.
he's in the
He
team.
doesn't have an automatic right to
No,
the relay
he
team.
He doesn't, but they are not selected it based on the automatic right.
So you think J3 are going to allow Level to
We have
run?
nobody else that can run the curve.
He's going to take somebody's spot, you know. Remember, what do you mean?
There's only three. the top
Three qualify.
Yeah, Akeem.
Well, the rules allow them to,
Put in Level?
11, we're going as number 4.
All right.
another man kind of feels like that on it. So
Yeah.
True.
But we have 6 top runners. We have 6 good runners.
why certain man not talking about
US record. Yeah.
potentially with world record in both the men's and the women's?
Yo, I was going to mention it, No,
The women's can go.
to be
US
honest,
women.
To be honest,
Yeah.
Carl, to be honest, Carl, I was thinking about it. Because I was saying these girls from the US, potentially, they do have that world record inside.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to go. The men for US, because I'm not convinced by. I'm not convinced by the US men.
You're not convinced by the US men?
No, I'm not convinced.
Kung Fu Ken is the most consistent 100-meter
I'm not
runner
convinced
on the
by
planet
US
right now.
men. I'm not convinced by them, to be honest. I'm not convinced. Kenny's not really a 100-meter runner.
At 9.79, he's not a 100-meter runner.
He's really a 200-meter runner.
No. 9.79. And Iman Noah. Hold on. Noah and Kenny are 9.7 men, and he said they're not 100-meter runners.
They're not 100.
And the two of them going to run the longest leg.
No, I said Kenny's a 200-meter runner. He's not really a 100-meter runner.
Okay, so he's fine for the relay.
Yeah, he's fine for the relay. But like I said, I'm not really convinced about them like I'm convinced with the Jamaican team. I'm more convinced with the Jamaican team.
You know, I find it's difficult to run 9.79 and a man say you're not a 100-meter runner. That's a hell of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
That mean, you know what that mean? That means there are only 2 or 3 100-meter runners in the world.
All right, for example, Sharika is not a 100-meter runner. Everyone knows.
Bad example.
No, Lance has always been a 200-meter runner. He's just trying the 100-meter.
Nice is not a 100-meter runner.
Bolt is not a 100-meter runner.
Bolt is not a... come on.
No, Bolt is a 200.
Hold on. We're not talking about preference.
So there are no runners in the world then? There are no runners in the world.
Frag, you're talking about preference. Him prefer the 200.
When I said he's not a 100-meter runner, he wasn't primed, I wasn't training for 100-meter. It's try Bolt, so I'm going to try the 100.
So what I mean?
And then him turn into 100-meter.
The man is a world record holder.
For example, Asafa is a 100-meter runner. You will never see Asafa trying a 200. Oh, after you say Asafa runner 200.
The man, no,
What I mean?
but you
That
say
mean
Bolt,
anything.
you say Bolt is a 100-meter and 200-meter runner.
Yes.
Put it this way, he's not a 100-meter specialist.
But it's come on.
He has a world
come
record,
on.
boss.
The man is
Yes, he has a world record, but that is not what he specializes in.
I see.
He specializes in 200.
So if he had taken on the 100-meter
you mean you saying prefer the 200?
No, he specializes in 200 meters.
So your question
But
is,
he can run 100.
just on occasion, he's been known to run.
Noah.
Oh my.
Noah special. All right, for example.
Okay.
Sydney's specialty is what?
Yes, I agree.
Sydney's specialty.
Sydney?
Yeah.
4 hurdles.
But she can run a 400.
But she don't start running
Not the
yet.
same. She should have the world record in the 400
And
flat.
she don't start running yet. She don't really
Yeah.
run it. Yeah, but she can. But
That's a poor example.
but that's different than Bolt. Bolt started training for the 100.
No,
So
but
he's
he
a,
was training for 204 and he did not want to run the 4.
Yes.
So he said to his coach, if I run this time in the 100,
Yes.
let me run the 100.
I agree.
And he said, right, fine.
but him
And that's
started to
how-
run it. Fraggy say he's a 100-meter runner.
So who decides whether you're a good runner or
A
not?
good 100-meter runner or
Yeah.
not.
No, what I'm saying is that his speciality.
No, that's not the point.
But he
It does
decides
not
to
matter
run
where a
the
man goes to the block and run.
you
Once you
mean?
cross the tape before the next man, that's what you are.
Asafa's speciality is 100 meter. And you don't see Asafa trying the 200. Sharika's speciality is 2 and 4. I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that you're not supposed
So Bolt should return the medals.
No, they're going extreme, no? They're going extreme.
No, it's true.
Going extreme.
How can you rob other specialists?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you say.
All I'm saying is that their speciality
Yeah.
is a 204.
Okay.
And they decide to. For example, Christopher Taylor is a 200 and 400 meter runner. And that trial is what did he run?
No, I'm trying a thing, but
Exactly.
but hold on. The fact that him come 6 and 8 and 9, we can then say Christopher
not
Taylor
100.
is but Bolt have the world record. So you cannot say the man is not a 100-meter runner.
His speciality is not 100. It's 200.
Oh, you're changing the argument now.
No, that's changing.
Wait. One second.
Special-
Creator have the world 4x100 meter record, correct?
Yeah, 4x1.
So would
yeah.
you say he's a really a specialist?
He's a 100 meter runner.
Yeah, but is he a really a
He's
specialist?
a really a specialist too.
All right, come on, world record.
He's a really a specialist too. But, for example, Freighter is a 100 meter runner.
All right.
For example,
Yeah, Carl Lewis was one of the best long jumpers ever. And you'd say he's not a long jumper.
He specialized in the long jump.
Him specialize.
He was one of his 4 events.
No.
He had three.
Four gold medal over 4 Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then wasn't he?
His specialty was long jump, but he can run 100, right?
But him win the 100.
He was
So
the 100 meter goal.
Yeah.
But does that mean that his specialty was long jump? But he can win 100, right?
But him
His specialty is 100.
100-meter.
Not. He specialized in.
All right. Thank you,
Carla.
Carla. Carla stir up some things there, boy.
No.
So Bolt did not specialize in the 100 after started.
How many specialties are you allowed?
In my home specialty.
How many are you allowed?
Specialties.
Carl Lewis had the long jump. Carl Lewis had the 100 meter.
Yeah.
Carl Lewis had the 200 meter. So he could legitimately claim
he
to
doubled,
be
he
either
doubled, yeah.
tripled.
Yeah, triple. Yeah.
Yeah,
One Olympics, yeah.
For example,
So the question, no, don't jump off of this, man. I'm asking you, how many specialties do you get?
You have one specialty, I can do everything.
You can only have one.
Jack of all trades.
That's what you mean.
Jack of all trades.
All right, speaking, we're not leaving the topic. I'm so proud of world athletics. You know,
Why?
I thought they were cowards in the beginning.
Gender test?
Yes.
You know, I wanted to say something about it.
Yeah, but we can't say it now. You can say
How are they going to do this gender test?
it. They're going to do it before.
They're going to do an anatomical inspection?
No, I don't think so.
Because that would prove it, you know.
Yeah.
I feel that Casper Semana
Yes.
might have something that disqualify him.
Yeah.
I just feel that way. Based on, you can see from the whole line of the shots that Casper can.
But finally though, Peter, we have to give it to World Athletics for finally stepping up. I think they stepped up because of not that's a backlash, you know. I think them
Thank you for calling Primal Sports.
Hey, I have something to say about that World Athletics thing.
Okay, go ahead.
About gender testing.
Yes.
All right. So what is only the females then going to test?
Yes.
Only going to test the male too.
Only the females.
Only the females.
So the man them don't want to find out if there might be some of the females in there.
No. But being male, come on, be fair. Being male is you will have the highest performance. So there's no advantage in being male.
No. I get what the caller saying.
So the man them don't want to prove to them it's man.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's
You
funny.
can go for all athletes, you know, not just.
No.
It's
For
all
female
transgender
events
male,
only.
transgender
For you to
male.
compete in a female event, you must prove you're female.
Yeah, we have to prove that.
Some men want to participate in female events.
Eh?
Yeah, but you have to prove that you're female. You have to prove you're female.
Yes, that's what I'm saying to you. So they're going to test anybody that is participating in the female
Okay,
event.
let me just point out something. Let me point out something. Is Leon Bailey male or female?
Male.
And this is because we saw the tape, so we know he's male.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
So what you know what might happen? One of the top female who participating now might find out that the female is gay, and then you do what? And them, right?
Yeah. Well, if she.
Because they might look female, but they don't meet the criteria that these guys are putting for you. Think if that's so, you are called on
Listen, there's no two ways around it. What happened in boxing the other day was a disgrace.
The
and
Olympics,
I think,
the Olympics.
Yeah, it was a disgrace, and women have the chance of getting really hurt by these kind of indecisiveness.
Yep.
So you have to know whether it's a woman or a man physically fighting, running or throwing.
Yeah, or swimming.
I bet you all the people who voted and decided that we're all many know. But we don't know. Guys never test them to see if there is able to have any.
That's a politically correct statement you're making, but yeah, the women's sport gone bad now because in swimming you remember this U.S. There's a U.S. male look very much taller than everybody else, bigger than everybody else, and was swimming faster than everybody else, and was a transgender.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, if you're born and your birth certificate say male, and you do a sex change, whatever, hormone therapy,
Yeah.
and want to compete as a female, then clearly that shouldn't be allowed, right?
Yeah.
But if no such thing ever happened, and you
Have high levels.
female to this test, right? And then you find, suppose Sydney come out and have high levels of this or that, you go and ban her from the sport?
The ultimate test have to be if she have male organs and testes, because that's what produces testosterone. If the person have those things, they have an unfair advantage because they have a testosterone advantage. And
So the criteria is testosterone?
no, I'm not saying it's a sole criteria, but there are some things. There's the bark and walk like a dog test that we can judge. When I saw that woman beating Elaine in the 200 meters from Botswana, what's her name again?
Is Botswana Kenya? Just Botswana?
Botswana, I think she came from. Same place as Thibault.
I don't remember her name.
Yes, but she ran the 200 meters.
Yeah.
And when I saw that person, it was obvious that it was a male. To the eye. It's the eye test.
Yeah, well...
So the eye test can't be the test.
No, but it's one of the tests. One of the tests. We bring you in and then we check the chromosome and we check for the physical testes, the coarseness of voice, and you know the.
I think we can agree that if you're born as a male and you switch your gender,
So you're
you should not be competing with females.
Agreed.
So your thinking or your issue is that you might have some natural females that have some high level of the male chrome. Okay, and where should we put them? If they're found, if we find them with that level of.
That's a dilemma.
Yeah, but Joel, we're not just looking at a dilemma now. We're looking for a solution.
Well, the problem was caused by males switching to compete in the. I mean, there were even a male swimmer who competed as male.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about.
That's who we need to ban, right?
Yeah.
Let them go in another category.
I think.
Every female and just.
Not every female, but the ones who stand out.
I know it's not 100% tested.
I think.
That's a bit excessive, but we need to protect the integrity of sports, though, because this thing, it went too far last year. That boxing thing was a farce when the Italian woman quit in the middle of the fight and said she never get licked like that yet.
Yeah. All right.
That's not a woman.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool.
I think we'll cross that bridge whenever a situation like that arises. They will eventually figure out a solution for that. But for now, I agree with the testing. Yeah. And World Athletics, they finally got the courage.
You have to step up. You have to step up.
Years now, it's been going on.
You have to protect the integrity.
But
3-4 years ago, it got really bad.
Yeah, but it's one person that stopped all of this, you know. It's one person.
Was it Mboma? Was it name?
No, one person that have the boxing association coming out. World Athletics, everybody get brave now because of one man.
Sebastian?
No, Donald Trump.
No, it's not Trump.
Sebastian Coe was at the front. If it's one thing you can agree with Trump on, what was this issue? If you don't agree with nothing else, he was always an advocate for getting rid of the man them out of female sports. And I noticed from him come up and start talk bowl, I see everybody start to follow him, you know? So that is one thing I can say that if you can agree, that's one thing you can agree with. Because we're all sports people here.
I know,
you know I mean?
but Trump is not the solution to.
No, not the solution. I say it seems as if since he was campaigning on it from last year, we notice everybody get brave now. Because World Athletics, we've been complaining about this for more than 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, them coming with them.
So, what you saying that Trump is like a very upfront man when it comes to certain things?
Yeah, and because you know, sometimes people need a little bucketive.
Yes.
You know,
you think Trump is brave when it comes to those kind of things?
The man outspoken.
He's outspoken.
Yeah,
so
man.
You think he should be outspoken and release the Epstein report?
This is a sports show, people. Yeah, but I'm happy that we'll let them come to some form of senses. Well, get rid of the man them out of the sport. And the boxing. The boxing did it a couple of months ago. So them finally,
agreed.
Them finally, I got clean up everything. Cause it was madness.
Should not have accepted it in the first place.
Well,
they allowed it to continue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
think political correctness.
For one another,
and permissiveness. It got out of hand.
Yeah. And final thing, I hear Bolt praising Asafa.
Yeah, why?
You know, I'm been praising, and I kind of say agree with Bolt. Him say Asafa inspired a lot of people, including himself,
I know,
to stay at home because Asafa was broke the world record running up by
Jamaican,
UTech as a Jamaican, living in Jamaica and training in Jamaica.
Well, if he did that, then that's great. But I hear this talk about Asafa paved the way, and I didn't see Asafa doing no paving.
No,
Asafa was just a runner, did well in his little niche, failed to stand on the world stage.
Yeah, man.
And he must get credit for that. But
Yeah.
I don't think he was paving the way. I didn't see him paving no way.
No, I think both him and Stephen Francis, they started a trend in terms of athletes staying home and because when Asafa broke the world record, Asafa was just a little man here in Jamaica.
I don't think that Asafa sat down and said, this is how we're gonna do it.
No.
And this is my thinking and all that. Let me tell you what really happened. There was an accusation that Jamaicans were benefiting from the college system because some Jamaicans were performing well on the college circuit. They were being worked really hard, and then they came back to do well for Jamaica. And even US, the people who are giving scholarships were saying, boy, maybe we should recruit less Jamaicans because they're doing well. That's what I think happened. I don't remember anybody coming and saying, here's a revolutionary concept.
Peter, you sure about that?
I am, yes, I'm telling you that.
Who did well?
I don't remember. It could have been Diane Hemmings. It could have been.
No, you mean
Bertland
and the females
Cameron,
and
it could have been Bertland Cameron. It could have been Raymond Stewart. I'm saying that if you recall what was happening in Jamaican athletics, or a lot of our people were doing well in the college system in America.
But a lot of them failed as well.
No, but the question I'm asking,
the majority
is
failed.
it that some genius said, let us stay home, or is it that
Of
we
course,
were forced to stay home?
of course, Stephen Francis had a
We need to check
had
by
a
that
plan.
history. We need to check by that history.
No, Stephen had a plan.
Give credit where credit due, but we need to check that history.
No, man.
What I recall,
But you have to give
what
it to
I recall,
Francis
you have to understand how
and
America works.
Asafa.
Let me explain America. The minute you're doing well,
Yeah.
somebody said, we got to stop these boys, they're doing too well. And I'm telling you that Jamaicans were benefiting from the college system.
I might give you
A
some
lot of us-
percentage of that. I might give you a little fraction.
Let's go do the research. But what I'm telling you, I don't remember a leader, Stephen Francis, coming up and said, Jenka people, stop going to America, come to UTech, I have a plan, train here and you'll do well.
No, but
That
Stephen is
never
an outspoken
My brother,
person.
that never happened.
It did, Peter. It did.
Let's go do some research. You remember that happening? Do you remember a pioneer named Stephen Francis coming out and said, let's stop going overseas?
Who was Stephen first athlete? First athlete, Francis, locally. After she come back from,
Bridget.
yes, then Asafa. They all started that little thing up by UTech.
I think what
And then it
happened was that-
expanded when Asafa broke the world record.
Were we at UTech by default, or did Stephen Francis present to the Ministry of Sport? I have a grand scheme of how we're going to take over sport.
No, he did not.
You're not me tell you.
No, but Peter, but he had a belief that he could produce world class
Well, he's
athletes.
training people. He's training people. But
What happened was that we were benefiting from the college system.
that's my recollection.
In what way?
Because
In what
most
way?
Free education.
Yeah.
left champs and they go overseas.
But not performance-wise.
Yes, man.
No, the males
Oh
did
my
not
God.
perform when they went away.
What was our 200, 100 runner before? What's her name? She came on Primal. She came on the show.
Gillette Cuthbert?
No, after Juliet Cuthbert. What was her name?
You have Gillette Cuthbert, you have
Bailey.
Veronica Campbell.
Veronica Campbell.
Veronica
All
Campbell.
these runners were from the U.S. collegiate system, brother.
Yes.
They all ran in the
Females.
US college system.
Females.
Yes.
But I'm talking
Bertland
about
too. Bertland Cameron.
I am-
Anthony Davis.
I'm
yeah.
speaking about one gender, the males.
You're trying to change the conversation.
No. No,
What
the
I'm
males
saying,
didn't do well.
Jamaican
So Bolt was
athletes-
saying that.
I was the training here.
No, but Bolt said that Asafa and what Stephen Francis did paved the way and showed them that, boy, them can stay
No.
home.
It
Because
turned
they were
out to be the way.
overworked in the American
It
system.
turned out to be the way. It turned out to be a way. But it's not that
Peter.
Asafa did not sit down and say,
The greatest-
you know, we're going to pave the way for these guys.
No, why would he? You don't do that, Peter. He wouldn't have.
He was
wouldn't do
never
that.
doing any paving.
No, it's not in that sense. But Stephen Francis knew that he could have produced good, high-class athletes right here running on grass, right here in Jamaica.
What had happened?
He just turned out
Let me
that
tell you
way.
what happened was that we
It's
were
an
ben-
almighty buck up and thank
Buck up,
goodness.
the greatest coach of all time. You call him a buck up.
He's one of the good coaches of all time.
it's two ways.
Good coach of all time.
And Peter is right on one hand. Some athletes were forced to stay.
That's correct, sir.
Some athletes were forced.
Them couldn't get the
Because they
scholarship.
couldn't get the scholarship.
Scholarship seems
That's when
tighter.
UTech stepped in and said, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to start give some of the athletes some
That's
scholarship.
correct, sir.
And that's when
Which one of them come out to be any champion? Which one of
me
them?
and Shelley.
Shelley was forced to stay at them.
Shelley decided to stay.
Hold on. Who was Shelley at champs? Was Shelley anybody? Shelly was a
she wasn't,
nobody.
but
Kishian was anybody.
So why would she get a scholarship?
Kishian was anybody a champ?
Why would she get a scholarship?
My nephew is not a big thing at champs.
Yeah.
He got a scholarship.
What kind of scholarship? Remember, you have different level of scholarships, you know. You have quarter scholarships. You have.
It don't matter. They get a scholarship.
Shelley did not get a full scholarship. She did not get a full scholarship to go abroad.
A full scholarship.
Yes, yes,
but she stayed.
yes. Why do you think she's staying?
I will give credit to UTEC and MVP.
UTEC.
I remember Anthony Davis.
Okay, then.
I remember that.
Okay.
I remember when Anthony
They had
was
the
brave
blueprint.
enough to say, we're going to
UTEC
give
had the
scholarships. UTEC had the blueprint.
Yes, yes. They knew that they could do it.
Let's give credit. But that was a
Stop
reaction.
saying that some of the athletes could not go away. Hold on.
We're not getting scholarship that
Shelley Ann Fraser was not a star at champs, so she's not going to get offered any big scholarship to go to no school. That's the point that I'm making. You keep saying some athlete, but the athletes that perform at MVP, they are no-name athletes. No-name athletes from.
So you say Shelly Ann is a little no-name.
Shelley was a no-name runner in high
calling
school.
Shelly Ann.
Walker wasn't a no-name athlete.
Fine, Melanie came afterwards, right? Hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you. Melanie Walker came after they saw the success from Asafa Powell.
What success has Asafa Powell had?
Being a world record holder, the fastest man on the planet.
Yeah.
The fastest man on the planet, and all the hype around him, training right here in Jamaica on a little piece of grass up at UTEC.
And still
That gave people hope and belief and faith that they can stay here and do it. That's what all I'm saying. Asafa paved the way, even though.
I don't see that. Yeah, Bridget paved the way. Bridget was paving. I saw Bridget.
I hear the difference now. The males and the females, a big difference. The females always perform. Yeah, always, whether they stay or they go. The males, that's where we had the problem. Most of them got Rudolph Mighty, these guys went away. They got lost in.
That's a distinction.
They got lost in the system.
Men, women, same.
No, women perform
May I ask a
better.
question? Is there a path to greatness for female different from male?
No, the maturity is different, Peter.
No.
And the circumstances.
Asafa never paved no way.
Oh boy, it's not gonna suffer. Anyway, people.
All
right. He might have agree.
All right, all right, people. We have to go. I want to thank our listeners and viewers on Fit FM 96.7. You know, the Primal family. You know, the World Wide Web. Everybody for tuning in to us each and every Saturday. You know, well, we are out. I don't hear from the Schwab, so I hope the Schwab enjoying himself.
Yeah, wish him a happy holiday still.
A happy weekend. All right.
Thanks again.
Yeah, one love from the Primal family.